Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rox and I'm coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 6, Episode 20. It's hot. I don't want to take my jacket off because of my undergarments is all showing, and I don't want to turn my car on and turn on the air because I ain't got no gas. So I know I'm going to be sweating. The good thing about it is this episode was, we got 2 good weeks of exciting episodes. So, this week they gave us a filler episode, which was fine because it still had some funny parts, okay? Where you guys see boring, I still see funny. We're just going to talk about that because that's what makes for a good review. So with that being said, let's get to it, shall we? Now, y'all, I don't know why, but every time they talk about this damn play, I roll my eyes so hard I feel like they're going to pop out my head and keep on going down the street. I'm real proud of the fact that Candy's got this play together and everything, but for whatever reason, I don't want to hear about it. I don't care about the rehearsals. I don't care about none of that. Just put the play on. Is that bad? I'm sorry, Candy, if you watching. You still my girl, though. Anyways, y'all, she's got the play posters and she's all excited. She and Don Juan are talking about, the play and the rehearsals coming up, and everything is a go except for one problem. We got Miss Portia. What did Don Juan call her? Porchance. It seems that it's Portia's very first acting gig, yet and still she's got all these demands that would rival the queen bee herself. So Portia got to come on down to the office because damn it, we got to get this bitch in line so we can get on with the show. Like I said, rehearsal starts in a few days, so in walks Portia. Okay, y'all, Portia just the cutest little thing. Okay, she got her makeup and her eyelashes on, and her hair is beautiful and she's cute in her little outfit and everything. Eyes just as big as they want to be. Candy gets right down to business. Your lawyer sent over a list of demands and some of the things we are just not gonna be able to do. Portia was just like, oh, first of all, you live real far away from the venue and we are not going to be paying for your gas to come back and forth. I was like, what? See? Is that what they ask for in contracts these days? See, that's why it pays to have a good entertainment lawyer, y'all, because I'm telling y'all, I wouldn't even know to ask for that, would you have? And you cannot have your own dressing room. The only people that's having their own dressing room is Eddie Levert and Shirley Murdoch. Me, D Woods, and you will be sharing a dressing room. And that's why I love Candy, because, look, it's Candy's play. Candy could have very easily given her own self a dressing room. However, she decided to give it to, the bigger names, the greats, the legends in the play. And I thought that was a cool thing of Candy. Y'all, I don't know why y'all don't like Candy. Now, quite frankly, y'all, all this talk had me dumbfounded at Portia's audacity. I could just picture her silly ass sitting up in the lawyer's office like, okay, let's see, what do I want? First off, Mr. Lawyer, I think I should have top billing. Who cares about Eddie Levert and Shirley Murdoch? I'm cute. They should pay for my gas. And I want my own dressing room, too. And let's see, who was that like to have all green M&Ms? Was it J-Lo? I want glitter M&Ms. I know they don't make it, but still. And Beyonce always had 12 long-stem white roses. I want 12 long-stem white roses too. And I think I want white curtains to match the white roses. And put down 14 packs of turkey jerky from Trader Joe's. Have you had them before? They are so good. They come in little tubes. I want them to put blue lights everywhere because the blue make the white look brighter. Oh yeah, and I want Khloe Kardashian's giraffe that she used to always have. I want them to set that up in the corner. Oh, just like Portia, you don't back all the fuck the way up, okay? This child talking about she got an entertainment lawyer so he can make sure all her needs was met. Bitch, your motherfucking lawyer fixing to get your ass replaced, but hell, I guess if you don't ask, you'll never get, right? Woo! Anyways, you guys, Candy wants to give back to the community, okay, and specifically to the high school that she went to out here in Atlanta called Tri-City. Tri-Cities is a well-known high school for the theater and arts. She get on down there with her team and meets up with the current principal. I think his name was Victor, right? While she's at the office, you guys, her drama teacher walks in, Mrs. Turner. And Lord, y'all, poor Candy. I tell you, she was all awash with emotion. I was like, oh, here come the broke up. I just want everybody to know that it wasn't just a school thing. You were the one who took me to all of my auditions outside of school. My life totally changed when I came here. She was the one who kept me focused. I found out what I really should be doing. Oh, Candy, it's all right, Candy. We know you love your teacher. So anyways, y'all, they go to the auditorium and they meet up with the kids, and, you know, they give the two special children their chance to be in her play. One who's working as an, you know, part of the ensemble, and the other one who is working in production, and that's all good. She gives an inspirational speech and all that. So yeah, that's fine. Now we get to the rehearsals. We got R&B great Eddie Levert up there, you guys, and he is giving his all for the cameras, okay? Now, y'all know Eddie Levert's voice already. For the play, we got the perfect dramatic blend of gravel and phlegm and Baptist church stank all mixed into one. You know, Eddie say, "Wear my damn inhaler," because I already know this is going to take a lot. You supposed to love her, not hurt her with your bare hands. You supposed to please her, not tease her. I told y'all. And that girl adores you, and yet you treat her like trash. And then here come Candy. Yeah, I told my daddy, and I hope that he beats your ass. And then Eddie take it on home, y'all. Ask me no questions and I'm taking no names, 'cause something's gotta change. Oh my God. Y'all don't know how much I had to listen to that fucking scene over and over. Just to get it right for y'all. I was like, oh, y'all black people gonna love this play, because if it's one thing I know my cousins love is a whole bunch of phlegm and gravel and Baptist church stank, you know, from somebody like Eddie Levert. And then after all of that, y'all, we get to the regular rehearsals. It's a lot of singing and a lot of dancing, and who ain't there but Portia, okay? Candy is starting to wonder if she made the right decision, because they still haven't been able to pin down this contract with her lawyer and all of this shit, okay? Don Juan is sort of like, I told you so. Candy doesn't want to prove him right. However, was this the right decision? Well, we don't know that, but what we do know is Portia is out celebrating the fact that she got the lead in the play. I was like, bitch, lead? What you talking about? Portia want to celebrate, okay? Her divorce is almost final, and like I say, she got this lead in the play. She out here fake flirting with some white golfer, and yet and still when the golfer try to get that number, then here she come with the, I'm in between phones right now. If you would give your phone number to my sister and we could go from there. In between phones? Girl, you gonna have to come a little better with the turn downs if you about to be in the dating field, okay? Because in between phones ain't gonna work with your average black man. Oh my goodness, I'm sweating so much, you guys. My polo blazer gonna be funky. Let's see. We don't have to drag this whole thing out with Nene and them, right? Okay, because basically, the bottom line is Nene doesn't think that her calling Peter a bitch is wrong. Greg is too caught up in his geriatric feelings to realize that he wrong. Peter is still pissed, and I don't blame him. So we'll go back. The show started where it ended last week, which was with Nene all up in Peter's face calling him a bitch, okay? Everybody there is amazed with the fact that Cynthia is just standing there and not saying anything. And Cynthia, in the meanwhile, is trying to convince us, the audience, that she's the only one there who has any sense, okay? And that Peter and Greg should be talking to each other in private. Shut up, Cynthia. Peter says, look, I have never called you outside of your name, Nene, and, you know, that shit was uncalled for. And you could tell he wanted to go off, and I'm telling you, I commend Peter for holding down that island temper. And don't none of you island folks come after me talking about, you know, that I'm being stereotypical and not all island men have island tempers. Listen. My fucking best friend of 30 years is Belizean, okay? That damn near makes me almost Belizean. I fucking seen an island temper. Trust me. So just miss me with that today, please. Nene's up there saying she didn't mean that he was a bitch, but that he was acting like a bitch and she was sorry, okay? And then to make things worser, okay? Shout out to Future. And it's only gonna get worser. When the shit seem like it's halfway squashed, okay? Greg is just like, okay, yeah, Peter, that's your last pass, okay? The next time is gonna have a ticket on it. Again, let's all just commend Peter for saying, You gonna keep on talking to me crazy, Greg, and that's gonna be your ass one day. Cause that comment alone really could have got shit popped off. Now, the irritating shit about all of this that I think we can all agree on was the fact that Nene kept on saying, I didn't call him a bitch. I said that he was acting like a bitch. He's always in the women's business and he's always inappropriate with the women. The whole thing is semantics, okay? Whether you acting like a bitch or you being a bitch, okay? Bitch is the working word here. Anytime you were talking to a man and you refer to them as a bitch, okay, the shit is degrading. I guarantee you that had Greg called Peter a bitch in that confrontation, then a fight would have jumped off, okay? Friend or no friend. So, Nene's coochie saved her that day. Plain and simple. Greg says he cannot get over the imaginary words that he remembers Peter imaginary said that night at the ball. And I feel sorry for the fact that when Peter is talking to Cynthia, that he has to point out to Cynthia that she should be the one to even confront Nene about the fact that she called him a bitch. Because, you know, if he goes back and confronts Nene about calling him a bitch this time, now it's going to look like, yeah, he's in the women's business. Even though this is clearly everybody's business at this point. So yeah, Cynthia has to stand up to the big white-haired monster, and you know, this is putting Cynthia in a bad place, like Phaedra said. Okay, she got that contract with Nene. They supposed to be friends to the end, and she don't want to be out of compliance. And everybody seems to agree on, Cynthia and Peter and Nene and Greg, is that they are all good friends, and it doesn't make any sense that they haven't spoken to each other in over a week over some shit that happened while they was in Mexico. Okay, so they figure they all need to meet up and have a little powwow. So I guess Greg calls a meeting, and Cynthia and Peter get down to the restaurant to meet Greg and Nene. Okay, they anxious. Okay, they can't get themselves together. They can't get their order right, they drinks and everything. I was just like, Lord, y'all meeting the president? Shit. Then walks the leaks, you guys, and it's very awkward. But we get on to business here. Greg starts off and says, you know, that night at the ball that he got out of character, but he was just so mad about the shit that Peter said. Peter was like, fuck what you heard, okay? I want to make this shit real clear. I want to draw the line the deepest in the sand as that motherfucker will go today. And I will let you know that I have never called you a bitch, nor will I ever call you a bitch, okay? Because you are my friend. If I felt like I wanted to call you a bitch, okay, then that probably meant that I wouldn't need to be your friend, okay? So I want to make this shit crystal clear to y'all big asses today that you will never call Peter a bitch again, or it's gonna be some consequences and repercussions. Nene come back with that same old sorry bullshit ass line talking about, you know, I didn't mean to call you a bitch. I wasn't really calling you a bitch. I just meant that you was acting like a bitch. Y'all, and then here comes Cynthia. Well, Nene, you know that if you saying the B word, and if you're calling somebody a B word, or say they acting like a B word, the B word is still very provoking, the B word. Didn't that shit get on your nerves? I was like, bitch, we know that you don't normally curse, Cynthia, but for the sake of the goddamn show, bitch, if you don't motherfucker say bitch today, shit, goddamn prude. Anyways, that explanation is not really selling Peter. And to me, if you ask me, it don't really seem like the shit is even squashed. I mean, Nene does apologize in her half-assed way. And even Greg admits that if Cynthia would have called him a bitch, he would have been crushed. If it would crush you, Greg, then maybe you should understand why Peter is staring at your wife like he want to jump over that goddamn table. He is still pissed. But whatever. The leaks apologize to the Bailey Thomases. And, you know, here comes Cynthia again with the kumbaya. I'm glad that we got to talk because, you know, it all came from a place of love. Bitch, you don't shut your Michael Jackson ass up. Is she fucking Peter Pan in the tree? A fucking place of love. All right, Cynthia. All right, you guys, that is it. Fixing to get my hot ass something to eat and get back to work. You guys remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright? Alright, so I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.